Okay. We will be resourceful. We have everything we need within ourselves. So let's just take a nice breath. So either you're sitting up nicely, close your eyes, and we're going to do 4 of these lovely breaths. So put your hands on your tummy, on your lower tummy, with fingers going over your uterus a bit. And we're going to breathe in through the nose, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And just relax to that. Now that we've arrived, welcome. And to this beautiful day, I can see that the sun is shining for all of us. And we're going to keep our light shining. That's what we're here for. So I'd like to open up to you to let me know how you went this week, if you did the heart brain coherence. Who did that this week by themselves again? No one?
Didn't do it.
You didn't?
I didn't.
Okay.
I was going to.
So what have you been, what did you find got in the way of that? Was it just that you didn't think about it?
I didn't change my routine. Like I need to change it.
Or put it into your routine rather?
Yeah.
Taking that time for yourself is very important.
Yeah, I still got to put myself number one. I'm still working on that.
So what we need to do when we've got things that are really important to us, we really do need to put them in. And when we're very busy, when we have a lot going on, it's very important to think about, what, you clean your teeth every day because it's something that you do at those particular times that you do it. So when we're bringing something like this in, we need to think of the time when we are least going to have demands. Normally, that's really early morning when we're a mother with lots of people depending on us.
Yeah.
So even if it's waking yourself up, 20 minutes earlier just 20 minutes or 15 minutes even earlier to have that time. Like, I find that that is the most viable moment, because so many things can happen through the day.
Yeah.
Do you think that would work for you?
Yeah, no, it definitely would work. I've been having that in my head for a while. I've got to get up. I've got to wake up at 5 o'clock instead of 6 or 7. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's been happening for a long time in my head. Like, why don't I just do it? Because I need to go for a walk around the block. I need to go, you know what I mean? I need to meditate and prioritize everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that way,
Great.
like you say, the early morning is the best because then it's, you feel great for the day. You've done your prayers, you've done whatever else you do.
Exactly. It's a very spiritual time of the day, which is
Yeah,
why all
yeah,
of the monks, monks and nuns, they're
yeah,
waking up early,
yeah. It's beautiful. Yeah.
and there's a real peace to it
Mm,
because no one's up yet.
yeah,
Everyone's in their slumber,
yeah,
and you just have that stillness, and the phone is not going to ring,
yeah,
and you know that you can't do anything else
yeah,
but attend to yourself, basically.
yeah, yeah. True.
So even as a younger mother, when I had my babies, it would be a time where I wake up and I'd be able to,
Mm,
even fold washing, and so I could still get something done, but I was able to listen to beautiful music or listen to, a podcast, or, whatever it was after I'd arrived for the day. So after I'd done my breathing, after I'd sort of reset myself, or awakened myself, I should say, because it's the beginning of the day, then I could have that stillness before everyone came.
mm,
So it is one of the most powerful times of the day to give to ourselves.
yeah.
And that is the time that our body is move, like our body is starting to shift things. It's as it's waking up, it's going into the elimination phase, the elimination cycle, which it goes from 4 a.m. until midday. So Mandy, you started back at the gym. That's wonderful. And you're waking up early to do that. And beautiful. You had a beautiful walk with your dog as well in the glorious sun. That's great. Super great. Well done. And then don't you feel like then you can give in the day? Then you can, no matter what comes our way, no matter what comes your way, you're already, primed for that. It's a very important time also to set our intention for the day. So that's the next thing that I would like you to do, is actually, while you're doing that walk, or as you come to the end of that time for yourself, just, create an intention. Think, what do I want to get out of this day? It's very, very powerful. And it might be something for yourself. It might be something, for your children. It might be something, for your partner, your husband, like whatever it is. But after you've had that stillness, after you've given to yourself, it will come to you. Like, you'll be really open to what you need to have for that day. And if we have that intention clear, and this is the power of prayer, even if I looked at studies, as I was studying psychology, doing my degree, I was looking at philosophies, and I was studying philosophy as well at uni, and looking at different philosophies and religions around the world, doing a comparison. And even if we take, even if we're not talking about God, or their deity, so we're not even saying whether he or she exists. We're just saying that, looking at the power of prayer, what prayer does is it is creating an intention. So that's really what you're doing when you pray. There's a very big psychological process, a powerful process in that prayer, psychologically for us. We are taking time to be still. We're making that intention, this is what I need, or this is what I'm open to. And that's what I want you to bring into your day now that we have, we're starting to bring the breath in. We're starting to bring that, focus on us to keep our light shining. And Samantha, what have you done this week for you? Oh, we can't hear you. I can see that you're not muted, but we can't hear you. No.
And now?
Yes.
Okay.
We have sound.
Okay. So this week I prioritize the breathing.
Mm-hmm.
So in my exercise, in my meal, because it's some things that I need to work very hard for me, because I don't know why I just forgot to breathe sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I prioritize that and do some exercise. So I start back to do my running. So I went twice this week,
Fantastic.
which was great.
I see Mandy
really
smiling because Mandy's a runner too, so she gets what it's like.
my legs are burning again. It's been 1 year that I didn't run, so I was quite proud of my results. I didn't lose that much of fitness, so I was grateful, and I had a lot of things going on this week also, so didn't have time to come at the last meeting. And from now on, because I will start at 10 on the Wednesday, my assignments want to like that, so I will need to just watch video of the meetings after that. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So then if you have questions, if there are things that you'd like me to answer, then always put it in the group. Like just put a post, and
Yes.
I answer that still for you at the call.
I have a question. Is it the link that I sent you last times from the website work? For the recipe.
So I haven't looked at it yet.
Okay.
I'll be looking at it this week.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to also organize times for putting some recipe on the group that can share, and people can have some nice recipe for idea and things.
Beautiful. And Beck also this week, Beck shared a recipe. I don't know if she's posted it yet. She asked me if she could share a recipe for a lovely salad. So yes, please feel free to post. You don't have to ask my approval. You just put it as a post in the group, and you can post whatever you has worked for you, because the purpose is that we're here to share tips as well, and with each other, so we can build each other up, we can support each other with things that have worked for us, to how we actually implement. So I'm here to, of course, teach some theory, but it's also about how to actually implement these things into our life and make it a part of our living, you know, our lifestyle. So definitely. One thing that I was mentioning this morning is that this is one tip that I have. Make sure that I've always got a basket made up in my home. So when we're talking about being prepared with foods, and not being in a situation where we're super hungry, so then we're going to go and grab something, quick, if we're out and about and maybe we don't grab the right food to support us. I actually have a basket that is made up all the time with oranges, apples. I will put bananas in as I run out the door. Yeah, and it's got a container of raw nuts and a container of dried fruits, whatever dried fruits I have with me at the time. And it's got also cutlery, a sharp knife and plate, and a juicer, a hand juicer, lemon juicer, with one of those stainless steel ones that you get in kitchen shops, and it's got a little dish underneath it so that I can actually juice the oranges wherever I am. So just having, this is a tip, for example, that I wanted to share with everyone, because just having those things available, we have to set up our life for health, to support us to live health. Because as we have talked about, or as I've mentioned, and if I haven't already to some of you, health is spontaneous when we give the right conditions to our body. It's not something that we actually can buy. It's not something that we can put, we can't go and get something and put it into us and give us health. Health comes from within. When we have all those right conditions, it comes very quickly. So we need to make sure that our environment, so when we're talking about the 7 pillars of health, which I have put, of course, in a post, environment is a very important pillar. And when, I've done studies, through my psychology degree, I did studies on high achieving people, people who we would call, been very successful in achieving their goals. And, I'm sure all of you have heard of the book, The Habits of, Stephen Covey's book, The Habits of Highly Successful People. The difference between people who really achieve and people who don't is that not that they have more discipline, not that they have more willpower, actually. I mean, discipline does come into it down the track, but initially it's not that they've got more willpower even. What they actually do is they set up their lifestyle, they set up their environment to win. And this way of thinking is how we need to think to live health successfully as well. So when I talk about success, okay, I'm not talking about, someone who achieves high financial success or, has the big house and all of these things. I'm not talking about that. Success for me is someone who has a goal and who achieves it. Someone who has an intention, and along as they live out that intention, as they achieve those goals, they're looking after their health. They're looking after their relationships. To me, that's success. So no point, that we strive for something big, whether it's, an educational goal like getting a degree or achieving a certain career, or if it's a financial goal or anything, and we're not looking after our health. If we get there and we're nearly falling apart, that's not success in my eyes. And it's certainly not success if we're abandoning relationships, or we're not looking after our children in the process, or not looking after. So first of all, it's looking after ourselves, our health, but also looking after the people that we love. So in order to do that, we have to think about our environment, and does our environment set us up to win. So all of us right now have that beautiful sunshine. You know, I've seen that sunshine. So all of you, you know, have chosen a place to live that has sunshine and fresh air. That's already a massive win, because I know where all of you live, right? So so that's already a win. But now we need to look at, you know, what else we've got happening in our life that is going to support the healthy habits that we want to live. And one of the areas that I see my clients, you know, putting themselves at risk is not being prepared with food, not being, you know, not having everything in abundance in their home. So that's the first part. You know, we need, if we're going to eat lots of fruits, well, we've got to have lots of fruits. We can't be putting ourselves under pressure and having only an apple here and, you know, a few grapes there. So we need to buy in bulk. I always suggest that everyone buys in bulk. But then we also need to, as I said, have this grab bag, a bag or a basket. I choose a basket because it's open and the fruits are, you know, the fruits will be looked after in that basket. They're not going to get squashed.
It's look like a picnic, like
Yeah.
a treat that you do for yourself. The basket is like, I'm going picnic.
I love that. I love that, actually. That's beautiful. Yes, exactly. And if it is, yeah, as I said, the basket is open, so you know the fruits can breathe. I like that. But it might be a bag. You know, if I'm going on a plane, it will be a bag. Obviously, I'm not going to take a basket on a plane, but I still take that. And if you've got your nuts, you know, all these things can stay in the basket all the time, and they're ready. When I go and do my shopping and I bring all my bulk foods back home, I make sure that that basket has, you know, the nuts, the nut container is full and the dried fruit container is full. I also have pure filtered water, obviously, as well in it. But the sharp knife means that, and the plate means that when you're out and about and you are feeling like, you know, like obviously the fruit and the dried fruit and nuts is a complete meal, actually. Wherever you are, you may not exactly feel like it, but it is a complete meal and it will sustain you, you know, for hours. But if you have more opportunity in your near shops, but you're feeling like something savory, then that's when you go and you just buy an avocado and you buy, you know, you might even be near a great bakery where there's sourdough bread and you buy the bread and you buy, you know, some olives to go with it. And fresh tomatoes, and you've got your sharp knife to cut the bread, you've got a plate to put all these things on, and you, like Samantha just said, you can have a picnic wherever you are. This is how Alex and I live. We will choose to do that before we go to a cafe, because we know that each of those individual, you know, foods, we've got control over them. We're choosing, you know, fresh. Obviously, we choose organic if we can. If we're in a place there's an organic shop, you know. And that's another thing about preparing yourself. When you you know, you're going to Brisbane, like we travel to Brisbane for work, we travel to the Gold Coast for work, we travel to Sydney, you know, we travel to Melbourne. I know in all of those places, I look ahead and I know where I can get organic food. I know where the shop is. And if I'm going somewhere and it's new and I don't know, that's okay. I just go to a, you know, a shop, a fruit and vegetable shop, like you find them. And I just get, you know, the whole foods. Even if they're not organic, it's okay. You know, obviously we're aiming for most of the time that we eat that food. But if we don't, it's better that I do that than I go to a cafe, for example. So you know, it's all about we have priorities. If we know what the best is, and we can aim for the best in every situation, but if we don't have the best, it's okay. Then we go to the next step down. What's the next best thing that I can do? And what's the next best thing that I can do? But being prepared means that there are very few times when we are in situations where we're not feeling supported, you know, to eat, basically. In the last year, I only had one time where I could not find the foods that we needed, so we just didn't eat. And that was at a funeral, actually. You know, the wake of a funeral, after a funeral, and the people ended up going to it was like a tavern, and of course there was nothing in that tavern that I would eat. But I just didn't eat.
I find those situations hard too, when people want me to eat in taverns and stuff.
Yeah,
I find it really, really difficult, you know, and you feel like you're rude sometimes because you're not eating anything, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, even it depends on the place. Obviously, you know, you can ask for a salad sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, you could get a piece of, I mean, if you eat fish, you know, sometimes you can get a piece of fish that's grilled. You can ask for it to be grilled.
Yeah, I know.
But
you can improvise a little bit. Yeah,
exactly. But if we know that our body is responsive and our body is adaptive, okay, we make the best choice at the time, and we are, you know, we need to be conscious about that. And then the next day, what we do the next day really matters. So again, you know, a successful person doesn't just berate themselves about something that's happened on one day. They accept, you know, whatever has happened, they accept their part in it, and then they go, okay, next time I'll do it this way. I've learned a lesson, you know, yeah, I made a bit of a mistake, but I've learned a lesson. What have I learned from it? What can I do differently next time? So mistakes are part of growth, and mistakes are necessary, actually, for growth. So we just don't want to make the same mistakes over again, you know, if we learn. Because then the next day, what we can do, because our body is very responsive, if there was something that we had, something that we took in that just didn't sit right with us, then the next day, the key is to be very gentle with yourself in the morning, because that is the elimination time. So we want to be gentle and easy on the digestive system, just having fruits, just having juices, fresh juices and fruits. Does anyone have any other questions or realizations they'd like to share?
No, I have to go actually. Thank you for the sessions. Have a lovely day, everybody.
Thank you, Samantha. Have a good working day.
Yes, I will. And like I said, I will make times now that I have a home
Yes.
to share some recipe and
Beautiful.
things with you, and a little bit be more active when I can.
Yeah, and we'll see you also on the Monday night for the restoration session.
Yes,
At the
I
end
will
of
be
the
there
month.
this month.
Yeah, good.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you, Samantha.
bye, Samantha.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Samantha.
Take care, everyone.
You too.
You too.
Bye-bye. Keep your light shining. Yeah. So, yes, does anyone else have a question that would help you on your journey this week to prioritize yourself and give your body what it needs at the moment?
Good.
No,
Um,
Andy's good.
I think I just need to write everything down. Do you think that's a good idea? Like to have your whole day written down. I mean, you don't have to do every single thing, but even if you achieve most of your goals that are
Definitely. I always say to my clients to write their perfect week, create your perfect week. And that exercise alone is about, highlighting what are the really important things for your health, what are the really important things for your faith, for your family, and obviously your commitments, that your responsibilities, and then fitting them into that week. And as you like, I write my perfect week almost every quarter, but not on a particular date, just as I feel I need, okay, there's something more in my life now, or something has shifted and changed. This is my perfect week now. And what that does is actually creates the intention, makes you more aware of what you need. And when I say perfect week, I'm using that word for a reason. It's literally saying, what would be my ideal week that supports my health, that supports everything that's important to me? And then you might see that actually getting up a half an hour earlier will allow you to do something that's really important to you. And just as you said, Heather, then it doesn't matter, obviously, if something happens in the day and it changes. You don't do all the things that you've put in that day, but the intention's been there. And as you keep sticking with it, remember, consistency is key. And what I do before I go to bed is a part of my bedtime routine is looking at, what have I got the next day? What's my intention for the next day? Like, what do I need? What's the most important 3 things that I need to work on the next day, or that I need to do the next day? And this is obviously, I'm running a business, so obviously there's going to be business things in there, but often I divide that up. What is one thing in business that I must do? What is one thing for my health that I must do? And what's one thing for my family that I must do? 3 things. So I don't get overwhelmed.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, we need that because I just find like, yeah, if I'm not thinking about it the night before, that I'm waking up in a flap. Like, what have I got to
Yeah,
do? Like,
exactly.
yeah,
But if you wake up earlier,
yeah,
again, before everyone is sort of up, and of course, you've got lots of people in your home coming and going as well. So if you're waking up before all of that sort
yeah,
of happens,
mm,
it's that brings you a stillness too.
yeah, yeah,
That then reinforces what you intend for the day.
yeah, it definitely does. Thank you for that.
Yes. Okay, so that's what we're let's focus on that this week.
Yeah,
Creating that perfect week, and put it in the chat if things come up for you, if you find it challenging, because it's quite an interesting activity in what will bring up for you and what can come up for you mentally. You can find, actually, you might find that you're a bit resistant to some things.
yeah,
And when I say resistant, meaning, you might be thinking, oh, I can't ask for that, or I can't have this. I do find some of the ladies that I work with, have those thoughts in their head.
yeah,
So just be conscious. So we're going to look at that this week. I invite you. You don't have to, but I invite you to do that. And I invite you to wake up 20 minutes earlier, 15 to 20 minutes earlier each day for you, as that time for you to breathe, do those the vagus nerve activation, to arrive in the day, and to set your intention for the day. And on that note,
yeah,
I'm going to let you get on with your day. But next time, let's aim for the next week. We're going to aim for going in live into the group.
Okay.
So you open up the group on your laptop, on your phone, and then I will go live, and it will be super easy for you to connect. You'll get a notification.
That's on WhatsApp, is it?
No, it's in the portal.
On the portal. Oh,
Yes.
sorry. Yeah, I'll have to go back into that and
save it. And if you have any technical problems, like just test it. If you have any technical problems getting into the portal or anything, just put it in the WhatsApp group. That's what that's there for.
All right. Thanks. I'll do it.
Have a beautiful, blessed day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you for coming and for your contributions. And I look forward to hearing your comments in the chat. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Thanks, Sophie. Bye.